Hi guys, so in today's video I have a book haul. These books I purchased throughout January and February, but I didn't have time to kind of do a haul earlier, so I'm going to quickly do it now. Some of these books I don't know too much about, some of them I've already read, and some of them I am excited to read. So I'm going to get going because there's quite a few books. The first one is The Girl in the Red Coat by Kate Hammer. This is just a recent book that's out. And I picked it up because it's not the normal kind of book I pick up to read. It's about a mother who loses her daughter, and it's like her mission on trying to find her, find out what happened to her. I believe she meets a man along the way who tries to help her or something. But yeah, don't know too much about it, but yeah, thought it sounded interesting, so thought I'll give it a go. So that's the first book. The next one is The Ice Twins, and this is again a recent book that's out, and it follows follows an identical twin. There are two twins, and one of them dies in an accident, and obviously the parents are very distraught, and they're not really sure what's kind of happening, and I think it turns out that the twin that died isn't the one they thought it was. So yeah, it just sounds really interesting. I have heard slightly mixed reviews on Goodreads about this book, but I wanted to give it a go myself to see what I think. So yeah, one of the twins dies and they're not sure which one has survived, or they get mixed up, and yeah, it kind of sounds like a strange family situation kind of mystery. So the next one I don't know too much about. I picked this up randomly in Asda when I was shopping. It's just a thriller, it's a crime thriller about, a girl goes missing, a dead body turns up, and, just a thriller, like a detective story. I always like them, so I thought I would pick that up. The next one is The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I absolutely love the movies, Jurassic Park. It's my favourite movie series, but I've never read any of the books, so I thought I would give it a go. I saw this one in Asda, as I said, for £1, so I thought, why not? I'll pick it up and see what I think. The next book is by James Herbert. It's called The Rats. I really like James Herbert. I think he's a great writer. I believe this is one of his first ever novels he wrote. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. And I never read it, so I picked it up. I've read several of his stories and I always enjoy them. And I've already read this book and I did enjoy it. I will be posting a review very shortly of what I thought. It's just a short little story, but yeah. I will be giving you my thoughts on this soon. The next book was another random pickup from Asda. It's called The Murder of King Tut. Tut. It's a story of Tutankhamun, I believe. Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's a fictional story or if it's actually fact, but I think it's like the history or trying to uncover how he died. Obviously he was a very young Egyptian prince who was killed young, and he's one of the most famous mummies that's been found, so it's kind of the mystery around that. And I kind of want to read a little bit more factual books and historical books, so I thought this could be interesting. So yeah. The next book I picked up is Warm Bodies. Again, it's another £1 pickup from Asda. I picked this up because I've actually seen the film and I really enjoyed it. It's not the kind of zombie films I normally watch. I normally like, the typical blood and gore kind of ones, but this was actually a really good comedy with a bit of romance. I thought it was really well done, so I thought I would pick up the book and just to see, how similar it was to the movie, to see how it goes, because the movie was great. I believe it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. But yeah, if you can find it, I would recommend watching the film because it's actually pretty funny. It's about this guy here who is a zombie, and he kind of starts to feel emotions again, and he has to help this girl out here, and it's about their story, and it's just, yeah, as I said, it was quite funny and entertaining, so I thought I would give the book a go to see what I think. The next book I picked up was a Penguin Modern Classics, and it's Shirley Jackson, We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I've actually already read this book. I'm really enjoying Shirley Jackson's writings, and I have to say this story is probably one of my favourite books I've read so far this year. I don't know, I'm going to be doing a full review on this because I did again see mixed reviews on Goodreads about this book. Most people liked it, I think, but some people didn't. I, for one, really enjoyed it. And as I said, we'll be doing a full review. Again, it's just a short little book, but I thought it was really entertaining. So, yeah, we'll be giving you my thoughts on this soon. The next book I have is called The Quality of Silence. This, again, is a new release, I think, and I have started it. I'm a little way through. And it's about a family. It follows a mother and a daughter, and mainly follows the daughter, and they've gone to Alaska, and they're trying to find out what has happened to her dad and obviously the wife's husband. He's gone missing. They think he's dead. They don't really know what's happening, and I believe the little girl goes off to try and find him. But what's interesting about this little girl is she's deaf, so just from the first few chapters that I started, or from the first chapter that I started, I just found it really interesting reading from the perspective of a child who is deaf. I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting the way she communicates with people and the way she thinks in her head. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting read, and I cannot wait to make my way through it. The next book here we have is The Haunted Season. I've also started this book. I'm more through this one, about halfway on this book, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's a little bit slow. When I finished, I will be doing a full review, but it kind of centres around this village in England, and yeah, about this vicar who kind of ends up in this murder mystery story. It's about a posh family, and someone gets murdered. And, you know, the whole village, they're all trying to find out who done it, who is responsible, why they did it. Yeah, as I say, it's a slow burner, but it is getting there, and I am enjoying the characters. So when I finish that, I will be doing a review. And I absolutely love the cover of this one as well. I just think it's really pretty. And the last book, which I've also started, but I'm not that far through it yet, is Jim Butcher's The Aeronaut's Winglass, and so far I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a massive book. I got this in hardback. I don't actually know that much about it, but I had to get it because Jim Butcher, and my favourite series of all times is Jim Butcher's Dresden Files. They are amazing books. I will be doing a review on them sometime in the future. But yeah, I just absolutely love Jim Butcher's writing, and so far I'm enjoying this. It's about pirates, and it's steampunky, and it's adventurous and comical. So yeah, so far from the little that I've read, I'm enjoying it, but we'll probably be doing a full review once I finished it. So yeah, that's pretty much all of my haul. That's all the books I bought in January and February, and the ones I will be working my way through. As I said, some I've already finished and will be doing book reviews, and some I'm currently reading. So yeah, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And if you've read any of these books already, please let me know what you thought of them. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.